What's going on, guys, and welcome to episode number 186 of Career Mode. I think it's 186 of Career Mode, and it is of course the FA Cup final against Manchester City here at Wembley, and I'm just going to get straight into it if the game will let me. Yes, it will. Against Man City at Wembley, of course, in the FA Cup final. This is a repeat of the Capital One Cup final earlier on this season, which we won by, was it 2-0, 2-1? Can't remember. We won it anyway, and oh no, Kublier was fit for this, and who should I take out? I need to have enough fitness because it's a key run of games. I'll leave it like that. Yeah, let's go Gaz on the bench. Yeah, it's episode 180 something, and as per usual, literally every single time I say this sort of thing, and you guys must get sick of it, but I am so grateful for the support over the past 50 episodes. The likes have just shot up incredibly. It's gone from 150 odd to like over 300 per episode, and I can't say thank you enough. So as per usual, if you want to keep this series alive, if you want to keep this channel going, if you want to see this series continue until FIFA 14, leave a like. Just click that like button. I've missed the first penalty, that's not good motivation. Yeah, just click the like button, and yeah, basically, wow, what a penalty! Didn't even hit the blocks. Yeah, leave a like, and like I say, it's just pure motivation for me really to keep on going, and of course it helps more subscribers, sort of more potential subscribers reach the channel to enjoy the series as well. So yeah, just leave a like if you can. It really does help my channel out in more ways than one, and it's free and it only takes a second. But anyway, I got a couple of commentary topics. My last live com, which hasn't even been uploaded yet. This is the 10th of June, so you wouldn't have even seen the Capital One Cup final yet. That's how far ahead of the footage I play. Yeah, the last live com I talked about, I can't remember what my first topic was about, but my second one was about networking on YouTube, and I don't really want to talk about that again because I don't know how it's going to go down. I'm still actually thinking about deleting that live com and just doing the highlights, because I don't know. I felt really bad after doing it, because even though I didn't say anything bad, even though I didn't say anything wrong, it's just like I have a different view to other people, and unfortunately in this community, if you have a different view, you get ridiculed sometimes. So well, like I say, from what I've seen, I don't get involved. But anyway, yeah, I got a few topics, and one of them came from, can you hear me? Can you still hear me? One of them came from Mr. Andy 7663, I think that is, and he says, basically just says, England under-21 complete failure, just like the real team, great in the lead up, crap in the tournament. Bit of a strong word, but yeah, obviously for those that haven't been watching, don't even know how far the series will be on. The tournament will be on by the time this commentary comes out. But for those that haven't been watching the under-21s, England knocked out in the group stage with a game to play, lost their opening two games. They've got their last game against Israel, I think it is, the hosts. And yeah, they lost the first game to Italy 1-0, and then got beat by Norway 3 or 4-1. I think it was 4-1. And yeah, embarrassing really. Although, what I want to say straight away is that, I will give my opinions, but I did not watch the Italy game. I watched most of the Norway game, but I was a little bit busy doing housework. But I'll be honest, like I say, I won't have like a complete knowledge of the whole tournament and the whole run up and stuff, because like I say, I watched the Norway game, and I watched a bit of the qualifying before this tournament. Wow, what a terrible pass. But yeah, I didn't see the Italy game. I was out, unfortunately. But yeah, I saw the goal, Insigne's goal against England. Obviously a great goal, and you can't really blame anyone for that, but oh, thank God he was there. Oh, thank God Courtois was there. But the Norway game, that's the only one I can really talk about, really. I mean, losing to Italy is not like a bad result. So obviously Italy are a big nation, and their under-21s have got some amazingly talented players as well. And losing to Norway was like the shock result, really, and it's especially to be beaten by, what was it, like, again, I think it was 4-1. Oh, get in! Is it going to go? Oh no, surely that was over. Surely that was over. Oh, I'm not going to put an instant replay, but I thought that was over. I might have to watch this back. I thought that was over the line. Oh, man. Drama already. Yeah, losing to Norway. Again, I'm pretty sure it's 4-1. Like I say, I got one look at it and when I was watching it live, and I was doing housework as well. But to be honest, I haven't really been that bothered, really. But I should say as well, you know, Stuart Pearce has done a good job for England under-21s. You know, he has. Oh, what a save, Courtois! 8 minutes in, 2 fantastic saves. What a game this is going to be. Yeah, I think Pearce has done a good job for England under-21s. You know, I really do. He's developing, you know, young talent. It's not really easy in this country with big egos and players that, you know, quite frankly earn big salaries, even if they're not key players for the clubs. And, you know, I've got to be honest, I think he's done, you know, quite a decent job. I think it was 2009, maybe, no, it was 2007, I think it was, they got to the final, or was it 2009? One of the two. I think it was 2009, actually. Yeah, it was. 09, they got to the final, and then Germany beat England, and then it was 2007 they got to the semis, and they lost to Holland on penalties, I think. I think that was that epic penalty shootout that was like 14-13 or something. I'm probably completely wrong with both of these, but yeah, I think that was right. And, you know, that's not that bad, you know. I mean, quite frankly, I don't think our youth setup is as good as those countries such as, you know, Holland, Germany, France, Italy, Spain, etc., etc. So, you know, I don't think it was such a shock to go out in a group stage this year, especially because the squad that was there didn't even look as strong as I was expecting. I'm obviously sitting here with nothing in front of me, so I can't tell you what the squad was, but you know, due to injuries and stuff, I'm sure Pearce didn't have an easy time picking a squad. But from what I saw, I mean, the lineups for both games, I just thought, really, you know, is that the strongest we could have picked for this tournament? But you know, again, I'm probably completely wrong, and it probably was as strong as it could have been. But you know, it's just like I say, it's full of players with egos, really, and this is like one of the biggest problems like in this country. I mean, you know, Stuart Pearce is a sort of, you know, no holds bar kind of manager. You know, gets the job done. You know, rolls his sleeves up kind of thing, and he's got to, you know, come into a scenario where he's not, you know, coping with kids nowadays. And this is going to be really hard for me to explain this, really, but the real problem with England is, quite frankly, that these players, and I'm a huge fan of youth, you know, I really love watching young players get caps for their countries. I'm not bad-mouthing the system, I'm not bad-mouthing Hodgson or whatever for, you know, having faith in youth players, but one of the big problems with having that faith in youth players is, quite frankly, that once they get the caps, the players, you know, they just feel as though, you know, and again, I'm not talking about every player here, but there are certain players where, you know, I was watching the Norway game, and quite frankly, you could just tell their hearts weren't in it, you know. And the reason being is quite simple, you know, they've already won caps for England, you know. Players that have won caps, I'm trying to think. Butland's won a cap. Corker's won a cap. I don't think Danny Rose has. Shelvey and Henderson. Zahar, obviously. Who else? I think I'm missing like one or two other players, but you know, these are players in an under-21 squad which have already won caps, and you know, fair enough, that shows they're good enough and they're talented and they've got a bright future ahead of them. But did I say Henderson? I'm pretty sure I did. But anyway, you know, that's cool. That shows they've got futures ahead of them. But one of the problems with that is the fact that, you know, they're going to be sitting there thinking, well, we've already won caps for our national team, which, you know, should be a privilege now, you know. It's quite frankly quite easy to get into the England side because it's, you know, in my opinion, quite a weak national squad we have. It's full of quite mediocre players, really, you know, that even get into the starting lineup. So, you know, the fact they've won caps already and they're going into an under-21 tournament, well, you know, quite frankly, their heart's not going to be in it, is it? They're not going to be sitting there saying to themselves, you know, right, I really, really want to play well in this tournament. If I play really well, I can show, you know, Roy Hodgson that I'm good enough to win caps. Well, no. You know, like Jordan Henderson, no, because I've already won 5 of them already. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, you know, there's less motivation for these players to actually win caps. Oh, what I was in for their nation, and therefore the under-21 tournament isn't like a place to showcase their skills, their ability, their potential. it's more just a tournament which they play in, and it's just I don't know, I guess experience and that, but they're not going to take it as seriously. I think that's the point I'm trying to make here. And I think Pearce has done alright. A lot's been said. A lot of people have been saying that Pearce's job is going to be under threat. But he's been here since 07, 08, I think it was 07. He's done fine. He's led them to a final. He's got to a semi-final, possibly two. Again, I can't remember. I don't think it's two. I think it's just one. But a final against Germany, definitely, and a semi against Netherlands. He's done fine. He's producing good young players for the future. And I honestly don't think that relieving him of his duties is going to do anything. I can't see any other fantastic coach that's going to come in and say, yeah, I'll take the under-21 job, please, and really give it their all like Stuart Pearce does. So on that front, that is a brilliant save. On that front, I don't see a problem with what Stuart Pearce is doing. As for the team, like I say, I think it all comes down to the egos. I think it all comes down to the fact that they've already won, several of them have already won caps. And quite frankly, the talent just isn't as good as people state, I mean, for example, I watched the Spain versus Russia game a couple nights ago, and was it Spain, Russia? I think it was. And Isco was just incredible. I mean, he was absolutely fantastic, he really was. And, it just made me think, that's Isco playing for Spain and looking like he's already talented enough to fit into our English side, if he was English. And then you've got players like Jordan Henderson for us, I'm not bad-mouthing Henderson, I'm just saying, that's the clear, gap in class. And, it's just frustrating, really, because I'm not really sure what this country needs to sort of, sort it out. I'm not an England fan, I should say that. I'm a neutral when it comes to my country. I don't really care. I think I've said this before. If England win, cool. If they lose, I'm not bothered. But yeah, I mean, quite frankly, I'm not really sure what England need. I don't know whether it would help more if Hodgson calls up the younger players more, because he's not. He's put a lot of faith in the youth so far, and. It's not like he's only relied on the experienced players. He's put a lot of faith in the youth players. He's given players such as Jack Butland their first caps and stuff. And, quite frankly, I'm not really sure what it is that's needed. I think the only thing that really is needed is that well, I think, for one, I'm not going to get into the salary cap side of football, because we'll be here all night, really, talking about my opinions on the salary caps and why I find it to be a necessity in English football. But, I think really what it comes down to is that it went wide. I thought I was in. I think really what it comes down to is that the English game now is club, not country. It's club, not country, and it's as simple as that. The Premier League is sold out in terms of money, and primarily focused. Primarily focused on, that's what I'm going to say, attracting the best foreign players to play in this league. It's as simple as that. We're not bothered about young talent. We're not bothered about, I say the clubs aren't bothered about young English talent. The clubs aren't bothered about, getting the best out of the young English players and producing them for their country in the future. They're only interested in, what a save, Joe Hart. They're only interested in themselves and getting good foreign players, and oh my word, and obviously getting good young English players as well, because it helps with the homegrown status. But oh, thank God that one. And then I couldn't see it going wrong all the time. But no, it's just primarily focused on getting the best talent, and if it means coming abroad, then fine. We overvalue players. Wilfried Zaha cost United, I think it was £15 million, and his highest level of experience is the Championship. And there's better players in the Championship, such as players like Tom Ince. I do rate Wilfried Zaha. I think he's a good player, but it just goes to show that players are overvalued in this country, and therefore clubs can afford to go to foreign markets because. Put it this way, Swansea brought Michu for 2 million, and United brought Zaha for 15 million. And obviously we haven't seen Zaha in action yet. It could be perfectly good, but it just goes to show you it's a lot cheaper abroad. And it's a shame. We need a wage cap in this country, and we need some sort of ruling that indicates that teams must play a minimum of X amount of English players, or I guess young English players maybe, because otherwise we're just going to go down the same route where you see talented young English players just end up on the bench for they get brought by big clubs, they end up on the bench. And, I think Scott Sinclair is a really good example. I mean, he started, again, I could be completely wrong. I really can't remember that far back into Scott Sinclair's career, because even though he's still quite a young man, he seems like he's been going about since the early 90s. But, Scott Sinclair, he was really talented. Again, I'm pretty sure it was a Chelsea youth player. And he recognised that he needed to leave Chelsea in order to play... What on earth was that? Play first team football. He had so many loan spells. Eventually ends up at Swansea, and he comes into the fray. He starts to play really well. I mean that championship season when they got promoted, and obviously the first season in the Premiership with Swansea, looked like an absolutely fantastic player, and it's no surprise that Man City brought him. And how many games he played for Man City? He went to Man City because money. Okay, obviously it's a bigger club, and he's not going to say no, is he? No one would. I wouldn't say no. I don't think anyone in their right mind would say no, unless you're a United fan. Put it this way, right? This is what I said to my dad the other day. He was on about the fact that City and Chelsea ruin youth players and stuff, and I was just saying, well, Dad, think about it. If someone offers you, at Swansea, he's probably on about 15 grand a week, right? And at City, he's probably gone up to about 40 grand a week. So if somebody says to you, right, you can either stay here at Swansea and you'll be a first team winger on 15 grand a week, where you'll probably be a mid-table to top half team in the next couple of years or whatever. Obviously they're in the Europa League now, which is great, and they might sort of start rising up, which would be great, but we don't know yet. But anyway, if someone says to you, right, you can stay at Swansea, be a first team player on 15 grand a week and whatnot, or you can move to Manchester City, take a massive wage increase, have a huge sign-on bonus of about 2 million quid, probably get a house thrown in as well, because that's how football works nowadays. A lot is done on signing on fees and bonuses. And of course, you're joining a club that's won the FA Cup, the Premier League, the Community Shield in the last few years. I know the Community Shield's not a big trophy, but it's still a trophy. What are you going to say? Yes or no? Of course you're going to say yes, And that's the problem, That's the problem with English football. We're starting to see big clubs paying big money for these young players that have a couple of decent seasons and then end up just being on the bench. It's frustrating. And I can see the same happening with Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw for me is probably the biggest young talent in fullbacks I've seen for England ever. He looks so talented, it's unreal. I think he's 17, and he's in my opinion looking like he could be one of the best fullbacks the Premier League will ever see at this rate, because he's just looked fantastic in his debut season. And the likelihood is that he's going to go to a big club this year, even though he signed a new contract with Southampton, I think it was, a few months ago. The likelihood is he'll go to Chelsea and to succeed Ashley Cole, but I guarantee Cole will still be a starter next year. I guarantee Bertrand will still be there and probably, staking a claim ahead of Luke Shaw. And Shaw will probably barely get a game for Chelsea. And, I doubt they'll loan him out, and it would just be a bit of a waste. If he goes back on loan, then good, but it would just be a bit of a waste. He's not going to say no, obviously, because to join Chelsea, one of the Champions League winners the season before last season Europa League winners, Premier League, FA Cups in the last few years. He's not going to say no. A wage increase as well, but it's just that's the problem with football nowadays. It's clubs having too much money, and it's as simple as that, really. And that's how our under-21s are suffering. We're seeing these players that go to the bigger clubs, don't get the games, and therefore suffer. And the players that don't go to the bigger clubs and get the games at the smaller clubs, quite simply aren't ready yet. And it's just how it is, unfortunately. And it's frustrating. Like I say, for me, I'm not an England fan of any means whatsoever, but it's still frustrating to see it, because it just feels like a complete waste of a tournament and a waste of a setup. Oh, Jesus, that is hesitant defending. That was really bad there. I don't know what I was trying to do. But yeah, that's how it is really, and that's what I kind of made of the first couple of games. You know, like I say, I didn't watch the early game. I saw the goal obviously by Insigne, but I didn't watch the early game. From what I heard, they were very subpar. Like I say, I watched the majority of the Norway game, but I was kind of doing housework in between. Oh man, we are going to lose this on the break. Get that, Manini, come on. And you know, they look subpar, and like I say, the players didn't seem like their hearts were in it. And you know, I don't know what's necessary. I really don't. You know, at the moment, the FA is just a joke in my eyes. It really is, and it's just the whole organisation is far more interested in cash than, you know, success. And unfortunately, that's how pretty much businesses work nowadays. And that's just unfortunately how the FA is now. It's a business. It's not a chance. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I just give up. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm sure you guys understand my point. It's just at the moment it's a bit of a mess. And wow, he leapt like a salmon. It's just a bit of a mess, and it needs to be sorted out really. Big time. I mean big time. We need a massive restructure. You know, we really do. If England, like I say we. I'm not a massive England fan by any stretch of the imagination, but you know, the FA just needs a massive reorganisation and restructure to get anywhere. You know, if England are ever gonna win the World Cup or the Euros in my lifetime, then yeah, the organisation needs a huge restructure. You know, we really do. We've got St George's Park now, which is fantastic to have in England, but that, you know, that papers up cracks. You know, it doesn't mean we're going to start winning, becoming a force in world football. Not at all. You know, we need a big reorganisation that starts with the very top as well. So yeah, that's what I make of that. And yeah. 90 minutes worth of me talking about the FA and English football, and I'm pretty sure none of my points made a single bit of sense. Hopefully it did. If it did, then cool. If not, then sorry. Again, it's not really easy for me because, you know, as knowledgeable as I am about football, in my opinion, I am quite knowledgeable about the subject, but when it comes down to the English national team and the FA, I just don't give a rat's ass, and therefore I struggle to really sort of make my points, you know. Anyway, I'm rambling. I'm just trying to get to full time because I can see us throwing this away. 90 minutes played. Can't believe it. 1-1, threw that away. I think I need a commentary talk for extra time now, don't I? What have I got? What can I talk about? Just looking at what else I can talk about here. I'm not really sure, really. There's some decent commentary topics. If you want to suggest me commentary topics, by the way, follow me on Twitter. I always tweet out when I need some. I guess this one's alright. This will do for 30 minutes in game. This comes from Christopher Fagermo. I don't think I pronounced that right. And he says, group pressure, force people to smoke, drugs, etc. And yeah, that basically means peer pressure and stuff. It's not really a great commentary topic for me to talk about because I was never really subject to it, you know. In fact, you know what? I'm not going to have a commentary topic at all. Screw you, whoever you were. I forgot your name already. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm just going to get this team sorted. I think I might have to take off Towns. Skin him, Towns. Sit on the bench, Towns. No. I'll leave it for 15 minutes. Also got a bit of a scratchy throat at the moment. That's worse than dry throat. I tell you, that is worse than dry throat. I get dry throat a lot. I have real bad oral problems, and mainly due to my teeth. But oh, Ronaldo, get on the end of that one. Yeah, I've got a scratchy throat at the moment, and oh god, it's awful. I've got 3 drinks next to the microphone. They're just sipping like crazy. Man, oh yes, Caglai Yelen, you beast! Tell you what, you guys are going to enjoy episode 200, by the way. I've decided what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you. But thank you for your suggestions. If you want to keep suggesting me stuff, go ahead. I still might change my mind. I've already changed my mind twice on what I'm going to do, but yeah, you should enjoy it regardless. It's going to be awesome. I hope. I still can't believe this, man. This is like episode 186 or something. That's crazy. That is crazy. You know, I just... Sometimes I just sit there and think, you know, YouTube is just so much effort for no reward. But then I see, like, you know, I remember why I got into YouTube in the first place, you know. And it is depressing, you know. In terms of comparison, it is depressing seeing how far down I am compared to some people. But then I remember why I got into YouTube in the first place, and the fact I got into it just to brighten people's days and just to provide entertainment when they're not on top of the day, on top of the game and stuff. And I think, you know, to have people that have watched this series from episode 1 and now being on episode 180 again, I think it's 6, it's crazy, you know. It's, oh Jesus, it's actually crazy. It's literally not hundreds of hours, but hours worth of entertainment regardless. I wonder how many hours it actually has been. I wonder how many minutes it's been. I wonder how many seconds it's been. It's been crazy anyway. I mean, 180 odd episodes is insane. I know a lot of people do long series like this, but even so, I never saw me getting past 100, let alone closing in on 200. Oh, Ronaldo, I hate the Blanco hop. Oh, what the hell was that? I'm so bad with a Blanco hop. It always goes like really like low across the ground, or it goes really high and I can't control it. It's so annoying. It's such an annoying skill. Right, I'm going to sub Towns off. Still on the bench, Towns. Oh, Gape's got to come off as well. Miyachi and yeah, I'm gonna let Ronaldo sit back a bit. He's tiring. Take Gape off. Got no natural defensive midfielder now. Well, Yelena's got the work rates, but still. Ronaldo, man, what a signing! Man, that was actually such an amazing signing, wasn't it? Like 3.5 million, I think it was. It was crazy. Oh yes, Wakaso. Straight away. Come on, Miyachi. Straight away. Oh, damn it! I like doing those ground crosses, especially when you're by the byline. You can't really cross it in because the keeper will catch it. You got to fizz it across the face of goal. Usually causes a bit of pandemonium, especially online, where you just know your opponent's like tapping the circle button. Get it away! Come on, Marcano. Let's get an assist for you. What the hell was that, Kurzuma? It's like the Matrix. Yeah, I'm already thinking of like ideas for FIFA 14 as well. That's how, like, because I'm not really excited for. I talked about this before, like getting bored of gaming and stuff. I'm not excited for FIFA 14 and the Xbox, whatever it's called, One I think it is, and that shows you how unexcited I am. I don't even know the name of one of the systems. I think it's Xbox One and the PS4. And like I'm just not excited. But even for FIFA 14, I'm not excited. But I'm still thinking of series I can do. I'm definitely gonna do another career mode. I think I'll let you guys choose the team as well. I think that'll be fun. Let's not take off anyone. I think that team's good enough to win on penalties. I might bring on Gaza in the 120th minute just for a laugh. Nah, I'll probably lose on penalties if I do that. That'll be just my luck. But yeah, I'm already thinking of like FIFA 14 ideas I can do. It's going to be fun. I've got a couple of really fun ideas like I can do on Ultimate Team. Although I'm not sure whether you guys will like it or just find it annoying, but I don't know. It's a good idea in my mind. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Because one of the problems I've had with Ultimate Team this year, and the reason why I haven't got into Ultimate Team is, well, mainly because of EA's stupid decision to take out single online matches and use matchmaking based on records as opposed to team star rating, which is stupid in my opinion. Other than that, one of the reasons I ain't got into it is because it's just so competitive this year. I know I did just mention it, didn't I? There's no single online matches, but yeah, it's so competitive this year, and that's one of the reasons I just haven't got into it this year. And I don't want us to go to penalties. Yeah, like I haven't really been able to get into it, and next year I just want to play for fun, you know, like I really do. I want to get into the habit of just playing for fun. Like my FIFA 12 Road to Glory, if anyone watched that, I highly doubt any of you did. But if any of you watched that, like I scored like a skill or a long shot goal in pretty much every game. And that's not even an exaggeration, that's the truth. If anyone watched it, they would back me up on that. Kalushi was of course the long shot king, and that's an awful shot by Redmond. And I was skilling with Pato when he had 5-star skills, and I was just having so much fun in that series. The gameplay was amazing. The commentaries weren't great. My commentaries are never that good, but my gameplay was amazing. And this year I just haven't been able to get into it because the competitiveness has just been too much for me. And yeah, I'm hoping next year I can just rekindle the love for the Ultimate Team and just play for fun. I mean, here's hoping, you know. I mean, here's hoping EA will just bring back single online matches or base matchmaking on team rating as opposed to record, but I doubt either of those will come back. But we'll see. I've got a few ideas in mind for series, so hopefully you'll enjoy them, and we'll have to wait. We've still got a few months left anyway. I want to try and get into FIFA 14 really early, you know. Like I got the season ticket free next year for making a video, and I basically got a couple of days worth of footage, but I wasn't able to record on time. Edit and commentate on time. So my series didn't start until like 4 days after the season ticket was released, and people had already found new YouTube channels to subscribe to. That was probably one of the worst things, like, for my channel. Like, if I would have uploaded straight away, like a few episodes of career mode, maybe my career mode series would have been viewed a bit more. I don't know. I'm just speculating here, but yeah, I'm going to try and be quicker this year. Because YouTube's such a competitive market, you know. I've talked about this before. I'm not going to go into it again. But with it being such a competitive market, you know, you just have to be... It genuinely is like fastest finger, you know. You have to get on there quick if you want to make an impact for the next year. And I'll do my best. Oh no, I wanted to go to Willems. Oh, it's penalties. I don't want penalties. Oh, I've only done one penalty shootout live before and I lost it. That was the His Journey final. Euro final, I think. Italy v France, I think it was. No, it wasn't France. It was Italy v someone. And we lost. Anyway. Come on. Penalties. Haven't really been up for this commentary, unfortunately. Like I said, my throat isn't really... giving me much choice, but anyway, come on, penalties, come on. This is why I wish it was a live stream, because it would be really fun to like just ask you guys where you want me to shoot, and I'd let you guys take the penalties for me. But yeah. Oh yeah, I was gonna bring on Gaza, wasn't I? Oh screw it, it's gone now. Gaza would let every single shot go through his gloves and then miss the only penalty he could take. Oh dear. Gaza will score though. I'm determined to make sure Gaza will score. Right, let's get... Oh, Marcano's fifth. I'm going to leave it like that, actually. Leave it like that. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Oh, wow. Wow, what an awful penalty. Jesus. Come on, Picasso. Yes, bottom corner. I've been missing so many penalties this season. That's surprising. Oh, it's Shakushu, the ex-AC Milan player. Oh, wow. 2 misses from 2. This is insane. Oh, top corner. I'm so accurate at the moment. What's going on? It's the live com, I'm sure. It's the live com. It's making me better. He'll chip this. I told you. I called it. I'm just... What's going on? I've literally got everything right at the moment. Sim to win it. Come on, this could be the 100% here. Oh, he's done it. I don't believe it. Oh, wow. That is the best penalty shootout you'll ever see. I don't believe that. Scoring on 3, City missing on 3. That's incredible. Wow. I can't believe. I'm actually in shock. I'm genuinely in shock because I'm so bad at penalties, both scoring and saving. I scored all 3 and I denied City on 3. I mean, I know that, you know, they put 2 off target, but Courtois dived the right way on one of them. But even so, that's incredible. And I called the chip right as well. That's amazing. Wow. Anyway, guys, yeah, thank you so much. Apologies I haven't been too enthusiastic today, but you can blame that on my throat. And yeah, hopefully my opinions on England and the FA setup didn't really cause too much anguish, because I know that a lot of you are, you know, massive England fans, obviously, because most of you being from England. But like I say, I'm not really that bothered about England, so I just gave my honest opinions on it, really. And as far as I'm aware, the FA is a bit of a joke. And anyway, yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this live com. Wow, I'm still in shock. I'm genuinely in shock at the fact that I got all of those penalties perfect. City missing 3 and us scoring 3. That's incredible. But wow, the FA Cup, Marcano's lifting it. Isn't that a nice sight? And yeah, the FA Cup is ours for the first time with Sunderland. That's brilliant. That's another trophy to add to Sunderland's already growing collection now that we've obviously, you know, took over with Sunderland. We can add the FA Cup. We've now won the FA Cup, the Community Shield, I think. No, not the Community Shield. The FA Cup, the Copa Europe, the Europa League, the Capital One Cup. And I think that's it. Next year we'll have the Community Shield regardless, because we won this, so that could be 5. And if we win the league at the end of the season, touch wood, as we're looking like we can do, that'll be 6. And of course, if we win the Champions League next year, that'll be all 7. So that'll be fantastic. But the FA Cup has been added to our trophy cabinet. That is fantastic. And yeah, all I can say is thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. As per usual, please leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and if you stayed through to the end, just type 100%. That won't give any spoilers, but just type 100%. That'll be nice. I want to see how many of you stuck to the end. If you have, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And leave a like if you enjoyed, and yeah, just comment 100% if you stayed through to the end. But as always, guys, yeah, a big thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and you may see the start of the season come the weekend, start of the new season, so look forward to that. But yeah, I'm stalling. As always, guys, thanks for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video as usual. I'm stalling. Come on, EA, hurry up. I want to show you the tournament prize money. Come on, hurry up. There we go. Yeah, thank you for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, please leave a like. Don't forget to comment 100% if you've watched all the way through to the end. And I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode tomorrow afternoon. So yeah, see you then. Cheers.